Hi everybody and welcome to today's training session. My name's Paul Brooks and today I'm going to be talking about traffic. Now I promise not to keep you here for too long, probably around about 20 minutes or so. And what I'd like to concentrate on today is getting free traffic. Now essentially you've got two different types of traffic that you can get. Paid traffic, which we're going to start with. I'm going to talk about paid traffic, and then free traffic, which is what we're going to concentrate on. And I'm going to show you the website that we're using to get all of our free traffic and how much free traffic that website is getting. And then I'm going to talk about how you can get the same amount or the same free traffic that we get as well as we go through. So let's make a start. So what I do want to say is, despite perhaps what you've heard and what you've been told, yes, you can get free traffic and you can get a lot of it and you can get it quite quickly. So I'm going to talk about that. But first, what I would like to do is talk about paid traffic. Now, with paid traffic, you've got a number of different options and you can see all of those, or some of them at least, on the screen right there. So your Google AdWords, Bing ads, YouTube ads, native ads, display ads. So we're talking about banner ads and that sort of stuff. Native ads, which is a good traffic source if you know how to do it right. Interstitial ads, pop-up ads, pop-under ads, solo ads, again, fraught with danger with solo ads. Pay-per-click and pay-per-view as well, and there's just a few there. Of course, there's a ton more out there that you can get traffic from as long as you pay for it. And there is a problem, of course, with paid traffic. And that is, of course, that you've got to have money to start with to buy it. And you've also got to have a budget for money, a budget for traffic as well, so that you can get traffic consistently every single day or every single month, however you want to get it. But one of the problems with doing that is that you've got to test lots and lots of different traffic sources. So we are talking about probably the ones that you saw on the list. Facebook ads particularly, very, very popular. YouTube ads as well. Again, they're very, very popular. But of course, you're going to have to test different traffic sources to find out which is the right traffic source for you. Okay, so that's one of the issues. And of course, with testing as well, you are going to have to do more than one test. You can't just test a little bit to see whether or not on how much traffic you're going to get. You've got to test different elements, different page elements, different targeting options, different landing pages and all that sort of stuff. So there are a number of different tests that you have to do with paid traffic that can end up being quite costly. So that's another problem that you've got with paid traffic. And then on top of that, and I'm talking particularly with solo ads here, there are a ton of scammers out there who will take your money, not deliver the traffic, and just run, and then you've lost it. And that is an absolute nightmare. And it's particularly in the solo ad industry that is rife. So you've got to be very careful of scammers. And then, of course, they're very expensive. And I'm talking about here, and I'm going to open the next slide as well, which is YouTube ads. So Facebook ads and YouTube ads are ever increasing in cost. Okay, so they're getting very, very expensive and they require a ton of testing because they've got a whole gamut of different targeting options that you've kind of got to learn and you've got to get used to before you start seeing any appreciable results. So Facebook ads and YouTube ads generally start out being quite expensive per click, and in theory should get cheaper as you get better at it. But of course that means you're going to have to throw in more money. So that's another issue as well with paid traffic. So what I'm saying to you is that buying traffic is risky, and of course it can be quite expensive. And then on top of that, what you've got to think about is that finding a profitable method takes a bit of time, which you'll probably have to pay for the course as well on top of that, and Facebook courses are really expensive particularly, and they are really quite hard to learn because the platforms that these courses use, like Facebook and like YouTube, they keep changing the rules. And if you get it wrong, you're going to have your accounts shut down. Now, we've noticed a number of different seven-figure marketers who have had their Facebook accounts shut down purely and simply because they've done it slightly wrong. And Facebook don't care. They're not interested whatsoever. So you've got to be very, very careful with that. So, even if you're spending hundreds of thousands, and I know some companies that are spending millions of dollars on Facebook ads every month, you've got to ask, is that worth it? Well, you've got to have that money initially to actually be able to do it. But of course, if you don't have that kind of money, then, you've got a real problem. So the solution to that problem, of course, is free traffic. Of course, with free traffic, you don't need any money because it's free. It costs you in terms of time, but if you do it right, then it doesn't cost you too much in terms of time. And then on top of that, there is no testing required, and free traffic is content driven as well. So you're not actually going to have to learn any new skills. You're just carrying on doing what you're already doing, which is creating content. And that could be a Facebook status, that could be a video, it could be a blog post or a blog article, for example. So you're not actually having to learn any new skills. You're probably already doing it. Now, also with Facebook, with free traffic rather, there are no hidden or secret guru traffic sources that you've got to dig deep to try and find. Everything that you need is out there in the open for you, and all you've got to do is just go where your audience is. So the question then becomes, where is the audience? Well, the two obvious ones are going to be social media, and perhaps this one's not quite so obvious, but authority websites. So I'm talking about websites that are owned by the influencers in whatever niche you're working in. Okay, and so you need to be contacting them and seeing if there's an opportunity for you to get traffic from their website and to their website as well, because it's very much a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours kind of situation with authority websites. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that shortly. Okay, so social media and authority websites. And what happens is when you spread your content across the net in all sorts of different places, you get two things. You get authority and you get trust. And once you've got those two things and you're building on those two things, you get more free traffic because of it. Okay, so there's some real advantages to creating content that gets you free traffic. All right, so what I was saying earlier on, actually, in terms of time, and I do want to kind of cover this right now, is that you can get a ton of free traffic, a lot of it, and it starts coming in automatically, actually, as you'll see shortly. You can do everything that you need to get that free traffic in under an hour a day. And that's certainly what we do. And again, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on, because there is this real misnomer about getting free traffic, that you have to spend hours and hours in front of your computer typing, thousands and thousands of words in an article just to get people to read it. That's actually not the case. So as I said, we do the whole thing and start getting traffic in under an hour. Okay, so that's what we do. So the question then becomes, okay, so that all sounds really good, and it is, but how do you get free traffic? Okay, well, you don't need to do very many things, just those three things, actually. First of all, you need to create quality content. I can't stress that enough. It has to be quality content that your audience likes to read. Okay, so or watch or listen to. All right, so you've got to create really high quality content, and you've got to create it consistently. Now, I'm not talking about, writing an article 1 week and then leaving it for 2 or 3 weeks before you do anything else. There needs to be some consistency there. So you're going to be doing something every single day. Okay. And this is where that myth of you having to spend hours and hours in front of your computer every day, day in, day out comes from. You do have to spend time, but as I said, we can do it in less than an hour, but you have to do it consistently. And of course, you have to post in the right places. All right. And this has got nothing to do with search engine optimization either. We do a little bit of search engine optimization, but our goal is to get traffic. We're not aiming to rank in the search pages. We're not worrying about that. In fact, the website that we're going to have a look at in a moment, if you were to try and search for it under the keywords, it doesn't rank at all. It does, but quite a way down. And really, you need to be on page 1 of Google to get any appreciable traffic from search engine optimization. Okay, there's an old saying is that where do you bury a dead body? And that is on page 2 of Google, because no one goes there. All right, so it's getting harder and harder to rank using search engine optimization. Certainly trying to get some content on page 1. So we don't do search engine optimization in its true sense. Okay, we post on other sites and in other places. All right, so that's what we do. So that's essentially what you've got to do. And the way that you do that to create good quality content, do it consistently and post it in the right places. And to do it in under an hour, you need to have a system. Okay, so it needs to be something that you can just follow, that's really easy to follow as well, that you can do in and day out. So you need a system that tells you exactly what to do, and it gives you daily tasks that you can just tick off as you've done them. And that's how you sort of kind of condense the time down, because a system really keeps you consistent. it makes you efficient in terms of your content creation, which is absolutely vital, and it makes you time rich. And what I'm talking about that is you spend less and less time creating content and posting it, the better you get at it. And we do it in less than an hour. And some days I'm doing 10, maybe 15 minutes. So it's much simpler than people make it out to be. All right, so that's really important that you do that. You have a system that keeps you consistent, makes you efficient, and gives you your time back. All right, now that sounds fantastic, and it really, really is. So does this actually work? So let me show you right now. Now, the website that we are using is Men's World HQ. It's up here. So this is the site itself. Let me just move me out of the way. There we go. Let me just put myself down there. So this is the website, Men's World HQ. It is a content website, as you can see, chock full of really good, high quality content that's unique to Men's World HQ, and it's in the men's lifestyle niche. So that is the website itself. All right. So this is where all the traffic is going to. So how much traffic is this getting? Now, this is free traffic, not paying any money at all for this traffic that Men's World HQ is getting. So let me show you the analytics. This is Google Analytics. There we go. So there's 4 people on the website right now. One of them is me because it's up there. And over the last 28 days, this website has had 5,800 views. So, you know, you're talking about a lot of traffic. And what's interesting, when you look at this graph, see how it's sort of gone from here, and we're talking sort of a month or so ago now. Today is the 30th of October. So let's go back to the beginning September. Let's go back to the beginning of September here. So as you can see on the screen there, it says Monday, the 2nd of September. So it was getting around about sort of 100 to roughly sort of 150 visitors per day throughout September until here around about that day, the 23rd, which was only a few days ago now. Now, prior to that, it was getting a little bit less traffic than that. And what's interesting about free traffic is that it tends to jump. And this is where your authority and your trust levels increase. You can kind of map it out on the traffic that you see from Google Analytics. So Men's World HQ, for example, about 3 months ago, was getting no traffic whatsoever, no views, no traffic, nothing. And then as we started to use this system that we created and put together, we started off by getting about 50 visitors, unique visitors every day. And then after a couple of weeks, it jumped up to about 100 visitors a day. And then a few weeks later, it jumped up to about 150, somewhere between 100 and 150 visitors a day. And this kind of brings us to where we are kind of just here. And then in the last few days, it has just jumped again. It has gone from there. You go, that's Wednesday last week. 570 visitors in a day, 547, then 351, and then 410. And then yesterday, which was Sunday, 527 views on a Sunday. I mean, that's incredible. As you can see quite clearly from there, that Men's World HQ, the traffic is jumping up, it's gaining in authority, and it's gaining in trust, which means more and more people are finding it, which is absolutely fantastic. And they're not finding it through the search engines. All right, so let me just scroll down a little bit so you can see. Most of the traffic channels here, if you look at that, that's Monday the 23rd, is referral traffic and direct traffic. Okay, so it's coming from sites that we've posted the URLs on. No organic traffic there, so nothing from the search engines and nothing from anywhere else, and no social work, no social. Then we've started to get a little bit more and a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. But can you see, look, there's virtually none coming from the search engine in terms of organic traffic. So this has got nothing to do with search engine optimization whatsoever. All right, so it's getting a ton of traffic from other places that we've found out where we can post our content that our readers love. Okay, so that's part of it. So as you can see, Men's World HQ is getting an absolute ton of traffic. And if you scroll down a little bit more, again, through what we've learned and what we've understood from what our viewers like to read, as you can see, they like listicles. This is what, 10 body language, 7 first aid tips, 7 secrets, that sort of stuff. They really love that. And over time, you kind of get to recognize what your readers like. And the simple thing to do is just to give them more of it. Okay. That's the easiest thing to do. And what's interesting as well, actually, is that Men's World HQ, the majority of the traffic is coming from the UK. Now, I'm in the United Kingdom, and it's just from there, the UK and from the United States. So it doesn't get very much traffic from anywhere else, although you can see it does get little odd bits here and there, which I have no idea why, and I just find that really interesting. So our obvious goal, really, with Men's World HQ is to start targeting visitors from the US. And then once that happens, well, the amount of traffic that Men's World HQ get will just simply explode. So, having the analytics in place and knowing where the traffic comes from and what the traffic likes to read tells you what to do. Okay, so I know what to do next with Men's World HQ. All right, so let's come back to the slides. So how can you benefit from this then? Well, really what I would like to do, what we've done, JP and I at iFunnels, is we have put together a course. Okay, now this is, we've run this course already with some of our members, and they've had some fantastic results just by doing what we've done. And we've put everything together. And with your permission, what I'd like to do is just to show it to you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So what we've done is we have put together a 6-week step-by-step free traffic generation course. Okay, it's a video course and it is over the shoulder. You'll see exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing, where I'm posting, what content I'm creating, what I'm doing with that content. So you can see exactly how this whole thing works. And once you've got this system in place, it's really simple. And I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a dive into what the course consists of shortly. But essentially what I'm saying to you is that with the course itself, you get daily tasks. So you're not left to figure this stuff out on your own. You could, of course, but it's much harder to do it that way. It's much better if you've got a daily schedule. Do this, do that, do this then, do this there, that sort of stuff. So you know exactly what you need to be doing. And there's no hype, there's no fluff, and everything is step by step. Now, JP and I, we only ever do and teach stuff that we've done ourselves, that we know that works. So you can be confident that if you start doing what we do, you're going to get similar results. I'm not going to say you're going to get the same results. That would be a little bit sort of overboard. But what I'm saying is that if you do what we do, you can get similar results. Okay. So with the course, there's no fluff, no hype, and it's step by step. And we show you all of the resources that we use. We don't hide anything from you. What the websites that we use, the tools that we use, you get access to all of those as well. And you get accountability as well. So at the end of every session, you've got an opportunity to ask questions, and you've got my email address so you can write to me directly. And I always answer my emails, guys. I promise you that. I answer them personally. I don't have a team of people behind me answering questions. I answer all of the questions personally. So it helps to keep you on track. It helps to keep you accountable, because I'm going to want to see what you're actually doing with your Google Analytics, so you can track it. And Google Analytics is a great tool, and there's nothing more motivating than seeing that your traffic building and growing. It's absolutely fantastic. So you've got accountability. And importantly, and this is something that I talk about quite a lot on the course itself, I think it's on session 1, you need to have an exit plan. Okay. And now what I mean by that is you don't build an asset, whether, a website or something like that, without having a goal, without having what you're going to do with it next. Now that goal might be a 6-month goal, a year, or a 3 or a 5-year goal, or something like that, until you decide to do something else with it. Now, Men's World HQ, the exit plan for that, I've actually got 2. The exit plan for Men's World HQ is, first of all, come next year, January, or probably February actually, I could list it for sale. Now, by that time, Men's World HQ will be getting over 1,000 unique visitors every single day. It's already getting nearly 600 now, and I haven't really kicked this off into high gear yet, which I will be doing from now on in. But by then, it will be getting 1,000 visitors a day. And now just imagine how much a website that's getting 30,000 unique visitors every month is worth. Okay, so I could sell it. So that's one plan. The other plan is for me to keep it and to build satellite websites around it that are essentially sales pages. So that I could have a fitness one, I could have an investment one, I could have a men's fashion e-commerce site or something like that. And those sites could then be fed by Men's World HQ. So you're building out a whole network. And then, of course, The exit plan for the network could be that you sell it. Now imagine what a network of 6 or 7 websites is worth that is getting, well, 50, 60,000 visitors every single month and making money. Imagine what that's worth. So what I'm saying is, whenever you create or build an asset that's getting traffic, you always want to have an exit plan. So we talk about that as well. It's really important. Okay. So that is that. Now, the course itself, I want to kind of break it down for you so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. So I'm going to give you a bit of an overview. So it's a 6-week over-the-shoulder traffic generation video course. So it is literally me, as we are now on screen, talking to you, and I show you exactly what I've done and where to go and what accounts to create and all that sort of stuff. So I show you that. And as I said, we have launched this already. We haven't really launched this. We've opened this up to a few select people that came and joined us. Now, a lot of people paid up to $999 for the initial training course when we set that out. And it is more than worth that because it works extremely well, as you saw from Google Analytics. So people were very happy to pay that amount of money. We got some good results and some good testimonials as well, which is fantastic. So of course you're not going to pay anywhere near that, because what we've done since then is we've learned from that in terms of how we deliver the course, and we've improved on it. So not only will you get the videos, you'll also get all of the extra resources as well, because there's a few more that we found that we're using that sort of boosted things and made things a little bit easier. You're going to get the full transcripts of the videos as well. So if you prefer to read rather than watch, because some people do, you're going to get all of the transcript PDFs, you'll get those. And there's going to be audio versions as well. So you'll get an MP3 that you can listen to. So we've kind of covered all bases as well. And we're also introducing something new to it as well, which I think is fantastic. And we already do a monthly Q&A session with iFunnels, but with this, we wanted to do something similar. So we thought that we would add 12 months access to our free traffic inner circle. So we're creating this inner circle just to show people exactly what we're doing, keep you accountable, and give you access to ours, which you will have for free for 12 months after the 6 weeks is completed. Now, normally, and when we launch this fully, that alone is going to be $199 per month. Okay, so you're going to get that included as well. Now, when we do launch this fully and formally, it is going to cost just under $2,000, $1,999. That's what it is going to cost when we run it out in the public. And this is going to be after we have done this next course with you guys. Okay, so it's going to jump immediately to that afterwards because it's more than worth it, and we know that because this stuff works. So it is going to be $2,000 once we have finished this next round on the course. But of course, you're not going to have to pay that. We're not going to charge you anywhere near that, actually. And so today what we're doing is going to discount that by $1,800. So today, the course is going to cost you $199. That's just one-time payment. You don't have to pay any monthly fees or anything like that. It's $199 one time. That's it. And the reason that we're doing that is, again, because we want people to be successful, and we want people to tell other people about what we're doing and how they've been successful using it. So we're looking for testimonials, and more than that, actually, our interest, JP and I, is to make you guys successful, to show you guys that this stuff actually works and it can be done. Because I have been in a situation, some years ago where I was seriously struggling, honestly. I could build websites and I could do search engine optimization and pay-per-click and video and all of that sort of stuff. But I was I didn't have any direction. I didn't have any accountability. I didn't have anybody to work with. I didn't have anybody showing me what I needed to do because they've already done it and got the results from it. I didn't have any of that. So I was kind of struggling. And, a lot of people are still struggling out there, and our mission, JP and I, is to try and help as many people as we possibly can. And we genuinely want you guys to be successful because A, it gets you and the business that you're always wanted, and B, it gives us the testimonials that we're kind of looking for. All right, so that's kind of why it's discounted to just under $200, so $199 today. So, and that is a one-time payment. Now, what I'd like to do is to kind of dive into the course itself. I just want to go over what you can see on the screen one more time before we move on. So you get everything, as you can see on the screen there, the over the shoulder traffic videos, the traffic generation videos, rather, the entire course. As I said, we've recorded it all, so nothing's hidden. Everything is live. It's rough and ready. There's no edits or anything like that. What you see is what you get. So we've done it purposely like that, because the last thing we want is for you guys to feel like, you know, you've gone through a course and there's something missing, and that's not good at all. So everything is as it should be. You get the transcripts, all the resources, you get the spreadsheets, and you get the audio versions, and of course the 12-month free traffic inner circle access to that with monthly Q&A calls with JP and I. And that is just one payment today of $199. Now, I've said that, so let's go through the course itself so you can see exactly how it works. I've kind of broken this down a little bit. So week 1, we're going to be preparing your assets, getting it ready for traffic, and of course we're going to start posting on social media immediately, because you don't want to wait. You want to start getting out there and start building that trust and that authority. So we go from week 1 with all of that. And then in week 2, we start to build authority, and I show you all the different types of content that you need to be creating, really. And I show you all of those. And we start thinking about contacting the influencers, because they are highly valuable people who can really help you out. So that's week 2. Then in week 3, this is something, social media audits. This is something that very rarely gets done or even spoken about, or people even know about. What you need to do is you need to audit your social media presence, and not just yours, but that of your competitors. So your influencers, effectively. So you want to know what they're doing, what they're posting, where they're posting, when they're posting, and you can do something similar. So I'm going to show you how to audit yours and your competitors' social media presence as well. And of course, then you're going to be looking for opportunities to get some more free traffic on top of that. Then week 4, we're going to start talking about maximizing the reach from all of the content that you create. So I'm talking about content repurposing here. I'm going to show you how to do it, what to repurpose the content into, and where to post it. So, you know, from one article, you can turn that into a dozen different article types and post it all over the place. And that's how you start condensing the amount of time that content creation takes. And you're going to do that with new content and with your existing content as well. Then on week 5, it's kind of a rinse and repeat of week 4, plus you're going to be looking for more traffic opportunities as well, because by now, by the end of week 4, you've done all the hard work. You've got everything set up. Everything is ready and to rock and roll. It's getting traffic, and we start building on that from there. So week 5 is very much a rinse and repeat of week 4 rather. And then week 6 is a recap and a wrap up of everything else. Okay, so we kind of put it all together and give you the last little bits of advice as we go through, because by that time you are going to be a free traffic expert. Trust me on that. You will know how to get free traffic, which means you can get free traffic to your websites. But think further, think bigger. You've now got a very, very valuable skill and something that you can teach and potentially charge other people for. So, you're not only you're learning it, but you're also learning a valuable skill that you can pass on and earn from as well. So that's essentially what you're going to have. Now, each week you'll have a daily to-do list. You'll get a resources sheet, and you'll get the spreadsheet that's got absolutely everything on there that you need. It'll have the social media audits on there, and it'll have what content to create, and there's a whole list on there of content types and topics, so you'll never ever run out of content to create. You'll never know what to create, so all of that's there. You'll have accountability and contact opportunity as well, so you'll be able to email us and talk to us, so we can answer any of your questions in between those sessions as well. All right, so that is kind of an overview of the 6 weeks course itself. So you're going to get over the shoulder video training, step-by-step daily worksheets, all of the resources, and I mean everything, and this is kind of like an evolving process as well. So it kind of doesn't stop at the end of the 6 weeks, because you're going to have 12 months of Q&A sessions with us. We're going to show you any new resources that we get, and actually you could be in a position to watch and see my exit plan with Men's World HQ if I decide to sell it. If not, you'll see the other websites that I build as well. So that, you know, you've got opportunity to see the next step on as well, which is hugely valuable. You're going to have accountability and contact opportunities as well. All of the transcripts, all of the audios, all of the videos, you get everything that comes with it. And of course, the 12 months access to our free traffic inner circle as well. So we're going to do the monthly Q&A sessions. And I have to say, that I really enjoy doing the Q&A sessions because, you know, you guys come up with some really great questions that need answering, and JP and I really love doing them. So they're fantastic. There's no time limit on them either. So, you know, we don't say, right, you've got 20 minutes, fire away. We keep going until you guys are done. So there's no time limit on that. We absolutely love the Q&A sessions. They're really good. That alone is worth a fortune. As you said, that's $199 a month. That's what we're going to be charging. But of course, you're not going to be paying any of that. You're going to be just paying $199 one time and you get everything. And we're going to give you a guarantee as well. So you're going to be able to go from 0 to 100 visitors per day just by understanding and using the stuff that we teach you on the course as well. Now, as long as you do the work and you show us that you're doing the work, because this is where the accountability comes in. If by the end of the session, you haven't reached, for whatever reason, those 100 visitors a day, then either JP and I will work with you one-on-one, okay, until you get it. All right. So you are going to get that minimum of 100 visitors a day. So, you know, you're talking about 3,000 unique visitors every single month. And that alone, as long as you've done everything right, it's going to earn you and it's going to show you and give you a real valuable skill on top of that. So it's a really good guarantee. And so JP and I will do that for you. But you shouldn't have a problem as long as you do the work. That's the key to this stuff, guys. Create valuable content and be consistent and post it in the right place. Talked about earlier on. That's all you need to do. And on the course, we show you exactly all of that. Okay, and finally then, what I want to talk about is the whole thing put together really is, it's such a big thing. Free traffic, there's this myth, as I said, built up around about free traffic that it takes ages to get. It's really hard work. You spend hours and hours creating the stuff. This is not true. As long as you've got a system in place that works, that gives you a daily task list that you can do in under an hour every single day, this stuff works. And on Men's World HQ and on the Google Analytics, I've just shown you. So let me just recap that one more time. Let me just show you once more. Okay, so there we go. It's had 5,800 visitors in the last week. So, you know, by the end of, well, in the next couple of weeks, then Men's World HQ is going to be well on its way to getting 12,000 visitors a month, just as it stands right now. And that's, as I said, before I even kick this into high gear, all right, which I'm going to be doing from now on in. So it's really going to skyrocket. And I'm just doing on Men's World HQ exactly what I'm going to teach you on the course. I'm not doing anything different. It is literally what's on the course. Okay. And I use the same spreadsheets and the same resources and everything else, as I'm going to show you. So there's no smoke and mirrors with this stuff, guys. This is real stuff. This is how it works. There's no magic pill or push button or anything like that. Just do what we do and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, so it's a one-time payment for the entire course and the year's access to us with the Q&A sessions every month as well. Now, just below this video, you'll find a button that will take you to a page where you can join us. And I do hope you take us up on it because it is a great course. JP and I absolutely love doing it. The Q&A sessions are fantastic. I so enjoy them. And I love the feedback that you guys are giving us. And I love seeing the results that you guys are getting and are going to get. So please, and I do hope that you join us. There's a button below this video. Click on it now and come and join us on the 6-week course. And hopefully I'll speak to you very soon. Thank you very much for your time today and see you soon.